In this video, we will review the Omilia Testing Studio Testing Studio feature that's natively a part of the Omilia Cloud platform. Testing Studio is Omilia's suite for providing regression testing of different applications inside the Omilia environment. A common place where Testing Studio would come up is you would take an application that was running in production. Maybe you might move that application into development, right, to make some changes, promote that development replica into a testing environment, and then you'd want to, validate that the application had not changed substantially prior, to going live. So Testing Studio is natively hosted inside Omilia. It's integrated with the AI naturally. So a common use case in Testing Studio, for example, would be to take a look at a particular run inside Testing Studio, a series of tests that had been run inside the platform, to take a look at different utterances that had been sent and if they succeeded or if they failed. If you identified a particular dialogue, a particular test that succeeded or failed, you can simply copy that dialogue ID right from Testing Studio, drop it right into the same dialogue editor that you use for normally troubleshooting the AI, and see exactly what was said as part of the application, right? So it's a very nice seamless interplay between the AI environment and Testing Studio. Testing Studio enables you to track the history of different tests, so you can kind of watch over time as an application reports into Testing Studio. You could take a look at the history and what has happened historically, including getting full analysis and logs of what happened in those runs. Testing Studio also gives you the ability to use generative AI techniques. A common generative AI technique is to allow the AI to explore the behavior of your application. So this is like AI testing AI. In other words, you may have an application that you've tuned for a particular use case, and you wonder, well, what if people say things that I don't quite expect, or I don't quite anticipate in my application design? How can my application hold up under those different use cases? So we have a generative AI model that helps you to select a particular domain, a particular set of criterion. I want you to have a very formal or an informal conversation. You can have things like account number, card number, values that the application might use as part of its test plan, and kind of let generative AI explore what the AI understands. Like the AI cannot follow normal human patterns, can say things in unexpected ways, and give you a sense of how your application covers different intents overall in the process. Another thing that Testing Studio gives you the capability of would be the ability to augment a test case. In other words, you may have a standard test script you run every single time you release a feature, but maybe you want to challenge the test case a little bit. Maybe you want to focus this test case in a particular region of the country. Or for a particular demographic, let's make this sound like a particular kind of user. Again, how formal, informal do you want the application to be? But then also, sound angry and argumentative. And kind of let the AI take your normal test case, but be a little creative, right, in how it uses the test cases to see that if a person's just not complying, how does the application treat and work with those use cases? So at a high level, Testing Studio gives you the opportunity to take a look at your application, to track it over time, to challenge your application with unusual utterances, and being natively integrated inside the platform to be able to quickly um, understand areas to guide and coach and improve the overall experience.